About a week ago, I broke the news about the new Poco F3 MIUI 12.5.7 update, and we waited about 2 months for that. And as I said in the video, there was nothing new, no new feature added. It was just a minor update with what they said here is optimized system performance and improved system security and stability. So if you're ready to know whether there is any improvement in this new update of the Poco F3, then call with me. Let's go check it out. Okay, welcome back again to Smart Depot, and let's get started with this new update on the Poco F3. Now, let me just take this moment to say thank you to all our subscribers. We just crossed the 7,000 subscriber mark. So if you're watching this, if you're not subscribed, come on, join us and let's make history together. So I already broke the news about the Poco F3, the new update 12.5.7 for the EU version. And it's so funny because we waited for 2 months, that's over 60 days, and they came up with an update that just have optimized system performance and improve system security and stability. So we're going to test all that. We're going to test the battery life, the performance, the stability, whether that is throttling, and look at some benchmark, and then the battery drop in idle moments, and some of those things that will let you know. We'll also check whether there are also new bugs that are coming. Xiaomi have a way of giving you new bugs with a new update, but we're going to check all that out. So let's delve in and let's look at the battery life.
MIUI 12.5.7 is also out for the Indian version of Poco F3 called the Mi 11X. So let's look at the battery life of this new update. One of the things I look at critically is phone idle battery consumption. I do study that overnight. And then that of MIUI 12.5.6 could do around 9% thereabout. This one is 8 plus something. So there is actually no much significant improvement in the battery life in this new update. So let's look at a roundup of the benchmark. The benchmark scores, the 12.5.6 actually got a better of the highest scores in terms of the benchmark, but sometimes the 12.5.7 also got a good benchmark score in terms of the multi. But they are just very close here to break them apart. Let's go to AnTuTu benchmark, and this is where the 12.5.6 did better than the 12.5.7. So about 10,000 score differences, and you can see that in the CPU. So you can notice there's throttling in the CPU. There is also better battery life on this one, 4% drop for the AnTuTu benchmark, while 5 on this one. A1 SD card reading also shows that a little, they're just about the same thing, just a little that of 12.5.7. And also we're going to look at AnTuTu storage, right? Was it the 12.6 also did better in the storage right here. So what else? The throttling is actually where it becomes more interesting. I did a throttling test for about 7 minutes, so I'm going to fast forward it. If you notice the 12.5.7, it maintained a level of throttling after being put to test about 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes. But that of the 12.5.6, goes up and goes down. And this is what you notice when you're playing like PUBG. I'm going to test the game towards the end. So you have frame drops. So if you look at the way this thing is going, the frame drop here, it goes up and down, and that's where you have frame drop, and that is one of the things they fixed on this new update. So on the left, when you see the temperature, I had to put it in the freezer a little bit to just see. So once the temperature drops below 35, around 35, there is no throttling again on the 12.5.7. You can see that. But once I took it out of the freezer while the throttling test was going on, the whole thing started dropping again. So that major drop you see is when I actually go to recent. If you go to recent, it drops. So that is that the throttling was a little bit bettered on there's a little bit stability, even though it drops down the final or the highest score you can get from the throttling test. You can see that the 12.5.6 did way better in the overall score than that of the 12.5.7. So let's look at the game frame drops. Code of Duty played very fine and maintained that on 90 FPS. There's no 90 FPS for PUBG, but one thing I noticed, I played this for over 1 hour, so I'm just gonna fast forward it. The frame rate remained 60. I played it over 1 hour on the 12.5.7, and it's a good improvement for those who are gaming, who always complain. Many people complain about frame drops on PUBG, but with 12.5.7 that has actually been fixed by actually reducing the maximum performance but not letting it drop below some level. So that's it. Let's hear the recap.
So that's the recap. What do you think? Let me hear from you in the comment section. I think Xiaomi is now focused on MIUI 13, so I'm not expecting any other strong update for the Poco F3. I'm not expecting that. So what I'm expecting, there's already the China version is the beta. Android 12 beta is being tested now, about stage 4. So I'm not thinking there's going to be more. So it's got to be any change you're going to see right now, any dramatic change or improvement will have to be on MIUI 13, not 12.5 anymore. So that's it. Let me hear from you in the comment section. If you haven't liked this video, share so that others can see, subscribe, and until I see you in the next one, peace.
Subscribe. I'll see you.